My name is Jason Carter. I'm from a multi-generational cattle, row crop, and tobacco family in Central Virginia, and I studied animal science at Virginia Tech. I'm currently the executive director of the Virginia Cattlemen's Association, and prior to joining VCA, I worked for Virginia Tech as an animal science extension agent. Currently, I serve on advisory boards for the Virginia Department of Environmental Quality and participate in a stakeholder group invested in the progress of the Chesapeake Bay program. Thank you, Subcommittee Member Issa and Ranking Member Cellini, for allowing me to testify today. American cattle producers own and manage more land than any other segment of agriculture, or any other industry for that matter. Since our livelihood is made on the land, being good stewards not only makes good environmental sense, it's fundamental for our industry to remain strong. We strive to maintain environmentally friendly operations and work closely with local and state regulators to implement practices that improve water quality for our farms and families. The Congressional Review Act, enacted to prevent agencies from overstepping their roles, it provides Congress the chance to consider whether an agency's actions align with congressional intent. This is a vital tool in maintaining our democratic system of checks and balances, but it was not used in the EPA's 2010 Chesapeake Bay TMDL determination. When the EPA assesses a water to be impaired, TMDLs are developed to determine the total amount of pollutant that can be released while improving overall water quality. TMDLs allow states to effectively monitor the status of the impaired water body and assess its condition, then develop and implement best management practices to improve water quality over time. The effectiveness of TMDL programs depends entirely on each state's ability to efficiently monitor and assess water bodies, then develop and implement BMPs. The EPA's Chesapeake Bay TMDL program is the largest of its kind, and it's unique. In addition to setting watershed limits for nitrogen, phosphorus, and sediment, the EPA established multi-phase watershed implementation plans, or WIPs. By requiring WIPs, EPA's position in the regulatory process, in many aspects, has supplanted the role of state government. While in theory, the TMDL program should allow states autonomy to address impaired water bodies, the EPA has created a federally mandated program that threatens state authority. Lack of certainty in the TMDL program keeps state regulators on edge because EPA can change compliance standards with little notice. For example, the state of Virginia currently implements programs to comply with Phase 2 of the Chesapeake Bay WIP, which set goals for nitrogen, phosphorus, and sediment reduction. By EPA's own scorecard, the state has met or exceeded these expectations. However, despite our good scorecard, we don't know what's coming in the next phase of the Chesapeake Bay WIP, and this creates an uncertainty in our industry. Without a clear and achievable path to the finish line, producers are again put in a predicament. Additionally, without knowing Phase 3 goals, we could potentially lack the resources necessary to meet those demands. Not only does the Chesapeake Bay TMDL, as currently implemented, present significant federalism issues, but it does so in a wholly efficient manner. The state-specific design of TMDL programs allows state regulators to tailor BMPs so that they are effective. Applying the same standards to the 6-state Chesapeake Bay region has simply not achieved the goal efficiently. For example, in Virginia, operations are encouraged to fence cattle out of streams through 100% cost share programs. This means that because the fences are a best management practice, the costs have been fully reimbursed with taxpayer dollars. While there are many cases in which these fences contribute significantly to improving water quality, there's tremendous pressure on state and local regulatory agencies to fund projects with the most linear feet of stream exposure, regardless of a project's overall impact. Among the worst examples of taxpayer waste I've witnessed was a fencing project that cost over $100,000 that was designed to keep less than 12 cows out of a stream. How does that make sense? Especially in a time when our nation is trillions of dollars in debt and looking for ways to reduce cost. I'm confident that had Congress had the chance to review this action, it would have determined that the EPA's Chesapeake Bay TMDL, along with its watershed implementation plan, placed an undue burden on all stakeholders. Putting states in the driver's seat for the Chesapeake Bay improvement is vital to ensure long-term program success. A one-size-fits-all approach that accompanies top-down regulation simply does not work in the agricultural industry. I appreciate the opportunity to visit with you today, and thank you for your time.